I'm not sure if anybody's told you, but we have some good friends at Wildcat Extension who like to come on one day in particular, and that is Wildcat Wednesday. And that's why this morning we are fortunate enough to be joined by our friend Cherry Nelson. Cherry, I love talking to you about this stuff. How are you?
Good. How are you, Jesse?
I'm fantastic, and I'm excited to be able to talk to you about the Wildlife Project because 4-H offers a lot, right? And as we start a new year after a unique year for all of us, but especially for 4-H and for Wildcat Extension, you're really hitting the ground running here. So explain to me what the Wildlife Project is.
Sure. We're doing a series of different exploring 4-H projects. So the first one we chose was wildlife. And the Wildlife Project is all-encompassing. It could be you're learning about wildlife tracks, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, whatever. So we chose to talk about birds. The sports fishing project part of the wildlife is also part of the Wildlife Project. So we have a lot of kids that like to do the fishing project. But we decided to focus on birds right now. So it was just a fun little activity that we could do with the kids.
Well, I love it. Show us what you got for us today. I know you got an activity.
Sure. We did this activity with the kids. It's basically just making a simple little bird seed bell feeder. And so I'm going to tilt my camera and we'll show you what we did.
Okay, cool.
So this is a very simple little project. Anybody can do it. What you need is just some kind of little container that you can pour the bird seed in. You can use clay pots lined with wax paper if that's what you had, but we had a lot of these little soup bowls in the office, so we decided to use that. We put some yarn, which this yarn is something that when the birds finish the feeder, they can take this yarn and they'll put it in their nest. So, sometimes when you look at bird nests, you see all kinds of different things in their nest. And so that's something they can use in their nest. The supplies you're going to need some hot water. You're going to need some gelatin, just the clear gelatin, about a half a packet of that. I'm going to pour that in the bowl along with the hot water, and we're going to dissolve that. Stir that around till it's dissolved. And once we get that dissolved down, we're going to put some Karo syrup in it. Now, Karo syrup, we're using that just as a binding agent, so when we make our bell, it'll stick together better. It's important that you get all this dissolved because next you're going to take bird seed and some flour. You can use cornmeal or flour. We used flour because that's what we had on hand. And it's got a cup of bird seed and a quarter cup of flour or cornmeal. And you're going to pour that in. And then you're going to stir that all up. Doesn't that look yummy? Aren't you ready to eat, Jesse?
I've never wanted bird feed more.
Well, this bird seed in particular is a songbird mix. It's got some golden millet, it's got some milo, it's got some sunflower seeds. This will attract a whole lot of different types of birds. Different birds like different things. So once you kind of get that all stirred up, you're going to put that into your cup. And then you're going to tie a knot in that so it's knotted up at the bottom.
Okay. Huh.
And then once we're done, you're going to sit this in the freezer for a couple hours. And when it's done, you're going to have a bell bird seed feeder.
Cherry, that is awesome. Thank you for walking us through that. We're going to make sure we have all the supplies on our website. But thank you so much for sharing with us a little bit of the Wildlife Project.
Sure, we're glad to do it. And I hope that the 4-Hers that are watching out there think about doing the Wildlife Project.
Love it. Well, hey, we're going to have the information on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Just go to our morning show page. We've got our Wildcat Wednesdays on there, along with a lot of other activities you can do right there in your house. But Cherry, thank you. We'll be right back after this.